this video? Are you an essential? Are you? Hi guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk about my kind of pregnancy essentials for the first half of pregnancy. So when I'm filming this video I am 25 weeks, so you know, just a little bit over the halfway mark. When you see this video it might be a little bit later than that. But yeah, I wanted to share products or items or things that I have found to be pretty essential for me in the first half of pregnancy. I found these types of videos so handy when I was like first pregnant, and I was like, oh my god, like what stuff do I need to get? When do I need to get it? Like, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? So I thought I would put something together as well just to help anybody who is relatively new to this or kind of thinking like what is going to work for me. So there's a whole mix of different things here. We also have a Fred who thinks that he is also an essential to any pregnancy, although he does get very upset that he's not allowed on my belly anymore, but you know, he's going to help us today, it's fine. So yeah, I hope you like this video. If you do, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. In May I am going to be doing a little bit of May madness, so obviously we're called Topaz and May over here, so I thought May would be a really good month to kind of go full pelt on like videos, the blogs, Instagram, so make sure you're following me on all of those. I'll link them all below because I will be posting something on one of those channels, I think pretty much every day of the week through May, so it's going to be fun. But yeah, let's get started. I don't really know what to start with. We'll start with like beauty products, I think. I'm going to move that out of the way because that's not a beauty product. So one thing for me that I would say is, especially very early on in pregnancy, so very much throughout my first trimester, my skin, I don't even know what was going on with it half the time. I mean, one minute it was really like clogged and spotty, the other like next minute it was like really dry. It just wasn't happy, and it didn't matter like how much I was drinking or like what my diet was doing. It just didn't seem to matter at all. It just needed to be like calmed down. So throughout the first half of my pregnancy I was using these face masks a lot. So these are from the Body Shop. This is the Aloe Calm Sheet Mask. I really love the Body Shop face masks anyway. Like their vitamin E ones are great when you need like a really good boost of hydration. And I was also using the vitamin C one in the first half of pregnancy because my skin was looking very dull, but I don't have any of those left at the moment. I need to repurchase some. So both this one, the Aloe one, and the vitamin C one I used a lot throughout that first part because my skin was just, it didn't really know what it wanted to do. It didn't really know what was wrong. But the Aloe one, it just kind of like calmed everything down. So anything on my skin that was looking kind of really angry, really red, like any blemishes, it just kind of calmed those down. But it also really hydrated my skin at the same time. So that was a really kind of essential for me. Not so much now because my skin has calmed down a lot. I'm definitely getting more towards like I'm definitely in that more towards like second trimester, nice skin section, but it's also because everything in my skin has calmed down and it only seems to have like one main problem area, which I'll get onto. But yeah, this sheet mask was amazing, and the vitamin C one was just good at putting like some glow back in when you really wanted to like be like, I'm pregnant, where's my glowy skin? During my second trimester, when my skin started to calm down, the main issue I found was that it just felt very kind of like dry and dehydrated in a lot of areas. And I tried a few things. So in my first trimester I bought a load of stuff from Body Shop which was like all of their vitamin E stuff, and I found that as I went into the second trimester it was just too much for my skin. It was more of a case of like my skin was dehydrated more than dry, and you'll find that if you are newly pregnant you will start drinking a hell of a lot more than you did before, and I again will come on to something that helped me with that as well. So yeah, I just found that it was dehydrated more than anything, and I was like, there's only really been one combination for me skincare wise that has been amazing for my skin. There's been other stuff that's been quite nice and like I've used and I've enjoyed using it, but there's been one kind of pairing that's always kind of been head and shoulders above the rest, so I repurchased those, and it is the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser and the Glossier Priming Moisturiser. So I use these every single morning. I think I have a video yeah, I've got to get ready with my video, so I'll link that below if you want to see like my full morning skincare routine, which has been like my second trimester routine. But these two in particular, the cleanser is just lovely because it's a conditioning one, so I don't use it as my makeup remover because it's not as good as that. But for the morning it's perfect. It just like refreshing the skin, it doesn't leave it feeling dry, it adds like a little bit of like glow to the skin, and it just leaves it feeling really lovely and nice, and it just looks really clear and just like a really lovely skin basically. So I love that. And then the priming moisturiser, so I've always been super fussy with day moisturisers anyway, because I always find that like the thicker ones I then can't really put makeup over the top of. It makes my skin too like oily and greasy, which is kind of, my skin has never been dry, it's always been more dehydrated than anything. So this is just really good for that because it doesn't overwhelm my skin. It just like beautifully like plumps up the areas that need to be plumped up and smooths out the areas that are maybe a little bit dry at that time, and it sits really nicely underneath makeup as well. So both of those for me are like skincare essentials through pregnancy right now. I had to repick those up because anything else I was trying that I tried before, it just wasn't as good as these have been in the past. Body care, so you hear a lot about like stretch mark creams, and there's so many different ones like on the market, and some of them are really expensive, some of them are like really cheap and cheerful, and I was like, I don't really know what to do or which ones to get. I like read so many things and I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Thankfully my mum actually brought me a couple of like body gift sets for pregnant women, one of which I wasn't so keen on. I cannot for the life of me now remember what brand it was. It's B for Bloom or something like that, Bloom something or other, and that had like a stretch mark balm with it, it was okay, but the scent, it was very lavender based and the scent was way too overwhelming for me, and I found the balm was quite hard to like rub into the belly. But then she did get me another set as well more recently. I say more recently, it's been about a month now, that I really love, and it's a more expensive set, but it's by the brand called Mama Mio, and she got me like a set. I think it had 4 things in there, which was about £50. But for me, like the standout product is the Tummy Rub Butter. I use this every single night, and I just kind of like use it to go over like all of the bump around the sides, underneath. So far I haven't seen any stretch marks coming on my bump or my belly at all, touch wood, but I know I can get stretch marks because I have them on like my thighs from when I kind of ballooned with weight in the past. So I'm kind of very conscious that I want to try and stop that as much as I can, but I really like this. It's very similar in consistency to like the Body Shop body butters, which I really like. They're like not too greasy or oily, they like soak into the skin really nicely. They're not too thick, they just seem to be like the perfect consistency, like I think anyway. So it's that kind of consistency, but it has like an underlying scent of lavender. So although the other set was very lavender based and was just way too much for me, this is a lot more subtle, and I just love using this before I go to bed because then I can just like, I've got that small scent of lavender that can just help to like calm me and chill me, and I have found that since I've been using this I have been sleeping a lot better. And I mean, you can use it on your boobs and you can use it below, you can use it anywhere, but it's called the Tummy Rub Butter. In this set it also came with the pregnancy boob tube, so it's basically a stretch mark cream for your boobs. It's a soothing bust cream. I found in second trimester, especially at the beginning, my boobs were really itchy. Really itchy, and some of that was to do with the bra that I was wearing, some of it is still happening to do with the fact that I'm just pregnant and they're growing. This soothes it so well. So this is the Mama Mio pregnancy boob tube. Yeah, it just helped to soothe my boobs, and like, might be TMI, but they were just feeling heavy, they were feeling really sore, they were just like a massive pain in the bum. And there's nothing worse like when you went to a nice restaurant with Adam, got all like our dinner, and I was there like trying to surreptitiously like itch my boobs at the same time, and he was like, no, Lisa. I was like, I can't help it, they itch. So something like this is like, I would highly, highly recommend if you get that like I did, because it is kind of like a booby lifesaver. Okay, next thing is a really, really random thing. But as I said earlier, when you are pregnant, you get thirstier than you've ever been in your entire life. I just want to drink all the time. And like from the first, I would say most of the first half of my pregnancy, all I've actually wanted to drink is either water or milk. And it was always water with like ice in it. And I find that like I'm thirstier during the night than I am at any other time. So I actually had this before, but I think it's just such a great little thing anyway. So this is a mango water bottle. I got this from Amazon, but it's one of these that has like all of like the timing, so how much water you should be drinking normally. So when I first got this, I was very much sticking to this. I ended up just going to the point where I was like, I'm just going to drink what I want because I'm thirsty right now. But I literally fill this up every night and have it on my bedside table, and I pretty much go through most of this. This is all that was left from like last night. I know I need to rinse it out and wash it, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's just handy to have this by the side of the bed rather than like having to refill a glass continually during the night. I literally just go over, have a quick like suck of this bottle, suck the bottle. It's got one of these ones where it literally just like the straw stays there, so you can just easy peasy. So yeah, I would highly recommend getting some sort of reusable water bottle. I really like this one because it has like a lot of capacity in it. I do also have like a couple of metal ones, but I found, especially in my early pregnancy, I could just taste, it just tasted really metallic, the water, to me, so I think that was like heightened taste buds or whatever. So for me this was just a lot better, so I do keep this on the side of my bed at night and I just drink from this pretty much throughout the evening, throughout the whole night, and it works really well. So, maternity bras. This was one thing where I was like, when do you get your first maternity bra? I just didn't know, and I was like, still on that thing where I was like, well, do I wait until I've hit my 12 weeks or what have you? Because especially first trimester, my boobs felt horrendous. They were just, didn't feel supported. They didn't feel comfortable. They were overflowing on any other normal bra that I had, and I was like, it's more of a necessity than anything else that I need to get a maternity bra. So I picked up a couple of different types. I picked up, both were nursing bras, but I picked up one set from New Look, which was like really pretty lace, looks like normal bra lace bras in black and white, and I also picked up these ones, which are just like cotton, kind of bralettes, I guess, from Jojo Mama Beeb. I'm wearing the black one of these today, and these ones are so good. But honestly, these are so comfortable, and I would highly recommend getting these, especially in the early stages, because honestly as soon as I put these on, my boobs were just like, oh, kind of like they could like breathe again, or like a sigh of relief, you know. It was one of those kind of feelings, but for your boobs. It was very strange. But honestly they are so comfortable, and they're nursing ones as well, so you can just like do the clip and they can take you afterwards. I do think the next set that I get, I'm going to size up. I would say these sizing comes up quite small. I got a large thinking that these were going to be huge on me because I wasn't that big beforehand, and they were like fitted me perfectly when I think I got these when I was about 8 weeks pregnant, and they fitted me perfectly then. It's getting to the point where like they can't quite contain me anymore, so I need a larger size anyway. But yeah, I would size up with these, but these are really good, and I think I am going to try a different type from Jojo Mama, because the only thing I would say with these, there's just a couple of things that aren't my favourite things, but obviously they're not good if you have anything kind of lower cut or like v-necked, because you can kind of see it. It does just look like you're wearing like a vest top or something underneath, but it's something to keep in mind. But also it's more of like a racer back style, so if you're wearing anything like super strappy or what have you, then you can see like the straps a lot more than if you're wearing like a normal bra or like anything like that. So that's just something to keep in mind. But for me, these are like definitely my preferred choice of maternity bra. I love them. Okay, books. You will get recommended so many books, and when you get pregnant, you kind of look at books on Amazon and you're like, what ones am I meant to get? Biggest recommendation for me is ask your friends. If you have friends who have been pregnant or who have babies, ask them for their recommendations. One of the best things, but also like just have a read and see kind of like what is it that you want to know from these books, like what is it you want to get out of them. But I have 3 here that I highly recommend. So the first one is How to Grow a Baby and Push It Out. So this is written by a midwife, and this is one that my friend actually recommended to me when I got pregnant. She was like, if you get any book, get this book, and it just takes you through each stage of the pregnancy from a very kind of honest point of view. It talks about like positioning, sex, like counting kicks, it's like sleeping, pains, anything, like things to ask your midwife. It's a really, really good book that kind of like, it's not confusing, it's very straightforward. You're not going to get all like tangled up with any like terminology or like medical terms or anything. It's a very, very good one, so I would highly, highly recommend that. And it also takes you through to like baby actually coming, well, pushing baby out. So yeah, definitely recommend that one. I actually saw this one on Instagram and I read up on it and I was like, this is exactly what I've been wanting and looking for. This is called The Nest Plan and it's by Rebecca Patterson, and essentially what it has in here is it basically just helps you plan for everything for like your entire pregnancy, and it has checklists in here. It's like how to do things, how to do it on a budget, like how to hide your bump for like the first however many months, like how to relax, how to care for your skin, meal planners. And then the thing I found just really, really, really flipping helpful is it had like checklists on things that you need to buy for baby for when it comes. So this was like a really, really good one just to kind of like, if this is your first baby and you have absolutely no idea what you're supposed to be getting, and there's like so many things you're like, oh well, I want this and I want this and like I could get that, I could get that, I could get that, but you don't actually know what you need. This is a really, really good one. And I mean, it even has things like it's got a whole section on choosing your pram where it actually has a matrix of like things to like ask and like make your decision on a pram, which I found very helpful. I put it on a Excel and went through that. Adam was like, you are hilarious. I was like, yep. And like shopping for when baby arrives, so again I use this checklist, put it on an Excel. I have like a whole key on there which Adam again is like, you are hilarious. I'm like, yep, but one of us has to do it. So yeah, I just found this super, super helpful, and it just helps you kind of focus on what you actually need and what you don't need. And then something that's a little bit more recent, but I am flipping loving it. This for me, I would say, probably is more so for anybody who is a new mum more than if you are pregnant, but I actually also really love it because I just feel like it's helping me get prepared in a more realistic way. So this is called The Unmumsy Mum. I know she has another one as well, but this is by, oh, who's it by? It doesn't say. Sarah Turner. And I do follow her on Instagram now as well, but this is honestly hilarious. It's had me laughing out loud in bed next to Adam. He's been like, what? And then I've been like reading things to him and he's like, what are we doing? And I'm like, I don't know. So yeah, I just found this is a very light-hearted way to kind of prepare you for like the shitstorm that is about to come at you when you are a new parent, like quite literally shitstorm. So yeah, it's very, very funny. It's very, very honest. It's great. I really, really like it. I think that's it. I think that is it. I will do another one of these videos when like pregnancy is all done and over, baby is here, so that I can literally do, you know, throughout entire pregnancy. This is like everything I would recommend, especially like the second half, because I know things are going to start to get a little bit more tricky now. Baby is definitely getting heavier and more uncomfortable, I have to say. So yeah, I will do another one of these when pregnancy is over. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you have any pregnancy like must-haves, please pop them in the description below. Please share them. Would love to know them. I'm sure anybody else who is watching this would also love to see that. But yeah, if you like it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ready for May madness. And I will see you all again very soon. Bye.